TV. This is another wonderful opportunity for us to learn together. Good morning. How was the night? If you are in West Africa, how was the night? If you are in other places of similar weather, I hope you had a nice sleep. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making AZ Science TV your devotion. As you wake up this morning, I wish you a very wonderful day. Now here we have exponential equations. We are in the part 2 of exponential equations. So in this part 2, in this part, what we have right now with us is uh, exponential equations leading to quadratic equations. All right, these exponential equations, we are going to solve it in the form of quadratic equations, then come back and replace it, okay, so that we can get our x and y. So in this case, we have to find x and y. So the best way to do it is this. We are going to break this into 2. Okay, you can see it will make this one look like this. This is 3 raised by x. And here we are going to do the same thing. All right, so this is what we are going to do. I'm sure you are going to follow me carefully. So this one here, we are going to reduce it to this form. We are going to have 3 raised by 2x dot 3 raised by 1. Okay, this dot means multiplication. That is what the dot represents. Then this is minus 4 bracket 3 raised by x, then plus 1 equated to 0. Okay, now we have 3 raised by 2x here. This is how we are going to do it because we want to isolate 3 raised by x here. So we are going to write it in this form, 3 raised by x, because we have 3 raised by x here. Then we'll do it like this, all right? Then put these 2 outside the brackets, okay? Put the 2 outside the bracket. Then this is 3, so we can put our 3 here, okay? Because we are multiplying by 3. So this 3 is this 3 here, and this is minus 4 raised by 3x. Then we have plus 1. Then we equate it to 0. So this is what we are going to do this morning. Now we have gotten similar terms in the bracket. So what we are going to do is let 3 raised by x be represented with something. We can use p, we can use y, we can use k. So let's let any letter, okay? Let's use y. Let y. We are going to say let y represents 3 raised by x. This is what we are going to do. So wherever you see 3 raised by x, substitute y there. So here we have 3 and this is y. So this is going to be 3. Inside the bracket we are going to write y, okay? Then raised by 2, because 3 raised by x here is raised by 2. So that's why we have 3y squared. Then minus 4. And this is 3 raised by x. It is equals to y. So we are going to write our y here. Then plus 1 equal to 0. This is how you can see that the exponential equation has led us to quadratic equations. So from exponential, we are into quadratic equations. Now it is time for us to factorize, get the value for this, okay? There is no need going through the long journey. Just open 2 brackets and equate it to 0, just like we have been doing in our quadratic equation, okay? Then here we have y, no longer x, because what we have here is not x, is y, okay? Then we don't know if here will be plus or minus, but let's get the factors. The first thing we are going to do here, this is 3, okay? This is 3, and this is 1, okay? We are going to do something spectacular here. Before we open this bracket, let's do something, because the coefficient of of y squared here is 3. So shift this coefficient here, bring it here, okay? We are going to have y squared minus 4y plus 3 times 1 is 3. So put this 3 here, all right? Put the 3 here and equate to 0. Equate this to 0. So if you do it like this, then this is similar, all right? Remember, I multiplied by 3 here. So we are going to divide this by 3, okay? Or shift it the other way when we are done. So we get the two numbers. First, we open the brackets, right? We open two brackets and equate to 0. So here is y and here is y, right? So two numbers that will give us minus 4 when added, then plus 3 when multiplied will be minus 1 and minus 3. Okay, minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4. Minus 1 times minus 3, it will give us plus 3, right? So this is what we got here. But remember what we did here. We are going to do what? Look at what we did here, right? So we are going to, since we multiplied by 3, we are going to divide by 3, okay? So we are going to divide here by 3. We divide here by 3 and divide here by 3, all right? That's what we're going to do because we actually multiplied here by 3. So we divide by 3 here. If we divide by 3, we're going to get 1 minus 1 over 3 here, all right? Then here we have y minus 1 equal to 0, okay? Then in this case, just bring this one y or this one here, okay? Bring this 3 here. We are now going to have 3y minus 1, then bracket y minus 1 equal to 0. You can see what I have done here. So the first thing, use this to multiply 1 here and leave it, transfer the 3 here and use to multiply 1 here. So this is how you are going to factorize it. Okay, I'm going to do more of this in my next video, I'm sure. In my next live stream, I think I should do more of this so that others can learn how to factorize using this method. Okay, no matter the magnitude or size of the coefficient of the square. Okay, so in this case now, we now have 3y minus 1 equal to 0, or we have y equals we have y minus 1 equal to 0. All right, so this is what we have here. We can go ahead and factorize. Okay, let me demarcate this place for better understanding. Okay, let's solve along this way, along this line. So here we have our 3y. 3y is now equals to 1. When we transfer minus 1 to the other side, it becomes 1. Okay, or we can have a y equals to 1. Okay, y is equals to 1 here when this when this one crosses this way, or this one can cross this way. Okay, becomes 1 here. Then here we have our y equals 1 over 3, or y equals to 1. This is the value of y. Please, these are the values for y. Okay, these are the values for y. But remember, what we are looking for is not y but x. Okay, we are told to find x. We know that y is equals to 3x. Okay, y is equals to 3x. So in this case, we know we know that y, when we have y equals to 3, you see that? Okay, or I can simply put it this way. Just look at what I'm going to do here. Here, since y equals to 3x, when y is equals to 1 over 3, okay, 1 over 3 is same thing as 3 raised power minus 1. Please, that is what 1 over 3 is. Okay, it's same thing as 3 raised power minus 1. All right. the same thing as 3 raised by minus 1. So it means that 3 raised by x is equals to 3 raised by minus 1. So what does it mean? It means that x is equals to minus 1. If from here, 3 can cancel 3. Since 3 is equal, the two bases are equal, then equate the powers or the exponents. Then the next case or the next phase is when y is equals to 1. We now have 3. Remember that y equals 1 is equals to the same thing as 3 raised by 0, right? So it means that 3x is equals to 3 raised by 0, okay, which makes x to be equals to 0. So the implication here is that x is equals to minus 1 here, or x is equals to 0. So these are the solutions, okay? These are the solutions to this expression. If you want to test it, just substitute 0 here. Substitute 0 here, you have 3 here, because 2 times 0 is what? Is 0. So you have 3 raised by 1, which is 3. Then substitute for 0 here, okay? Then you are going to have, substitute for 0 here, you're going to have 1 here. So 3 minus 1, 3 minus 4 is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. Okay, if you do the same here, substitute, you will still get the same answer. All right, so that is how to solve this kind of problem. This is exponential equation relating to what? Quadratic equations. You can see we started with indices or exponents, but we ended up in quadratic equation here, and we have to solve for the letter we replaced the indices with. Then once we got the answer, we come back again to the original equations and resubstitute, okay, into the equations to get the value for the original symbols we are looking for. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining me. This is AZ Science TV. It's a platform where we solve different questions in mathematics and physics. But right now we are focusing on mathematics. We are focusing heavily on mathematics because it is the season of maths. But I know that very soon we will go back or work together in physics. So it doesn't matter whether you are a science student or art student or social science student or commerce student, okay? As long as you offer mathematics, please join AZ Science TV by smashing the subscribe button. If you have not subscribed, please do it to subscribe, and so you can be a part of these wonderful opportunities that avails itself here. We do regular lessons here online, okay? Online live lessons. We are interested in that. If you want us to solve any other topic on this related to this or any other topic, please just let us know in the comment section, okay, so that next time when we come, we might consider such topics, okay? Thank you very much for being here. Now, before I move on, let us quickly review what we have done so far, okay? Here, we are giving 3 raised by 2x plus 1 minus 4 times 3 raised by x, then plus 1 equals 0. This is an exponential equation, but it will always lead us to quadratic equations. Okay, this type will lead to quadratic equations. So here, what we'll do is to reverse the law of indices. Okay, this is the law of multiplication that led to 2x plus 1. Okay, that led to 3 raised by 2x plus 1. So we break it. All right, we break it. So when you break it, you have 3 raised by 2x times, this is times. All right, if you don't want dot here, you can just put times, right? You can put times. So it is like putting times here. Some of us may not know dot. This is times. A times 3 is by 1. All right, then minus 4. Then this remains the same. Just copy everything here, back here, after breaking this. Now the question is, we have 3 raised by x here. So we want to do the same thing here. 3 raised by 2x. We want 3 raised by x. So bring in 3 raised by x here. Then these 2, we shift it, okay, outside the bracket here. Okay, then this 3 will come here. So it can look like the coefficient of what we want to substitute here. then minus 4, then open brackets, 3 raised by x plus 1 equal to 0. Okay, this is what we are going to get. Then, since we have been able to get similar terms inside the bracket, the next thing to do is to bring in a letter to represent 3 raised by x, both here and here. So let y be the letter, okay? The letter that will be used to substitute it. So y is the substitute. We have substituted here now. In place of 3 raised by x, we have y. But because 3 raised by x is raised to power 2, because 3 raised by x is raised to power 2, we are going to raise this one to the power of 2. Then this is 3, right? That's minus, then minus 4y. Okay, this is 4, and this is 3 raised by x. And 3 raised by x is our y here. Then plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, so that is what we have here. Then we now want to use the easier method for factorization, okay? I'm going to handle this one specially. You can factorize it in whichever way we want, but I use this method. Once you have a coefficient here in any quadratic equation, transfer the coefficient to C and multiply it, okay? Multiply it by whatever you have here. So that was what we did here. We transferred this 3 to this place and multiplied it. Okay, and that was why we got 3. So 3, that's 3 times 1, 3. Then the 3 disappears from here. Okay, then will now be left, we will now transform into this form as if there's no coefficient here. Then we solve it as if there's no coefficient here. Then when we solve this one, we are going to have y minus 1, then y minus 3. Okay, then once we have done that, what we will now do, since we multiplied here, we are now going to divide. Okay, we divide back. After dividing, we are going to get y minus 1 divided by 3, then y minus 3 divided by 3. Okay, use 3 to divide 3 here, and use 3 to divide 1 here. If you do that, here becomes 1, or minus 1 rather, y here becomes minus half, okay, equal to 0. Then we now have what you are simply going to do, transfer this 3 to this y here, becomes 3y. So it vanishes from here, all right? So there's no point being here. So we have 3y minus 1 here. Y here, we have y minus 1. And this means that this is equal to 0 and this is equal to 0. So that was what we did here. Then transfer the minus 1 here and minus 1 here, right? Becomes 3y equals 1 or y equals 1. Then y is equals to 1 divided by 3 or y equals 1. All right? Now, these are the values for y. But remember, in the original equation, we are actually told to find x and not y. Okay, we are told to find x and not y. So, since we have our y, we say when y is equals to 1 over 3. And we know that 1 over 3 is same thing as 3 raised to power minus 1. Don't forget that we are going back to indices. We are done with quadratic equation here. Now we are going back to indices. So we want to transform all these numbers we got here, this and this, transform them to indices, okay, to initial forms or to exponential forms. So when y equals 1 over 3 or 3 raised to power minus 1, 3 raised to power minus 1, we have 3 raised to power x, which is y here, 3 raised to power x is equal to 3 raised to power minus 1. Therefore, x is equals to minus 1. That is for the first one. For the second one, when y is equals to 1, in indices, 1 is any 3 raised to power 0. And since it is 3 we are dealing with here, we are going to have our 3 raised to power 0 here. So, which means 3 raised to power x equals 3 raised to power 0. Then we can equate it, x becomes equal to 0. So this is how we get the answer to this question. And I hope you had a very wonderful moment. All right. So we have been able to do something this morning, and I hope you understood the explanation so far. Then for this particular one, I want you to do it and put it in the comment section. Okay. This particular one is quite simple as well. Let's look at it again. 0 minus 1. Okay, yeah, this is how we end the first part. Okay, this is how we end this part. So this is all question number 2. So this is 3. We are given 3 here. Open bracket 2 raised by 2x, 2 raised by 2x plus 3, 2 raised by 2x plus 3 plus 3. Then this is what we have. Yeah, yeah. Please, a minute. Minus 5. We have minus 5. Then open bracket 2 raised by x plus 2, x plus 2. Then this is minus 156, 156. Then this is equal to 0. So this is equal to 0. Now this is the second question for this, but I'm going to leave it to you as an assignment. So I'm sure you'll be able to do this and then place it in the comments section. Just look at it and see what you can make out of this. Okay, it is as simple as the first one. So once you finish doing this, just place it in the comment section. Okay, I'm going to respond to it as quickly as possible, right? So you can also reach me through the official Gmail account, which is azsciencetv@gmail.com. So please do well to be an active member of this channel. Thank you very much for being a part of to this class. Please do well to watch again this evening at about 6 p.m. I'll be live here on AZ Science TV with another exciting topic. So I wish you all the best. Have a very wonderful day. Goodbye for now.